Well, hello. So today it was a very long day. I left Virginia Beach. Oh, at first I went to uh, Mount Trashmore, which is this um, big pile of trash that has been covered up and made into a park in Virginia Beach, Virginia. And I left there, and then I went to Virginia Beach proper, and I went. There's a boardwalk alongside the beach. All those big high-rise motels and hotels. You couldn't see the beach, but you could see the pathways. Anyway, so I parked, and there was a public parking, and it turned out it was a pier, the Virginia Beach Pier, but it was closed for the winter. Imagine winter. It was like 14 Celsius in there. But anyway, they thought it was cold. So so I parked there, and I got out, and I had the most wonderful walk along the beach. It was so nice. The surf, the waves were coming in and going out, and it was so rhythmic and so soothing. The sound of the water was just so pleasant. And then when it would come in, all the foam would come in front of it, and then it would make these big scallops, these big circular areas that were wet, and the waves would go out, and the foam would be there, and it would all soak into the sand, and so the sand was hard packed. Plus, it was raining, very hard. I was wearing my green winter coat, so that it's kind of like a raincoat. So it was keeping me dry, but it was getting pattered very hard. And so then I went through Virginia Beach a little more. I decided I was going to go see the Outer Banks. Now, I didn't know what the Outer Banks were. I don't know if everybody doesn't know what they are, but if they don't know what they are, it's a strip of an island that's very long. And there's a few islands actually that are connected together. Some of the connections are broken because of hurricanes, or at least there's places where the islands don't connect. And then there's a ferry at the very bottom, a 2.5 hour ferry that'll take you back to the mainland. But of course, that doesn't run in the summer, the winter time, or whatever this is to them. So I went all the way down, and then I came all the way back up. And on the way there, I stopped a few times. There were all these huge houses on both sides. There were rentals. You just rent and they're all empty. Everything was empty because it's not the season, right? And then I would get out and I would walk across the little pathway to the water, and it was so nice to walk along the water. It was just so beautiful. But the last two places, the water looked so dangerous. I just felt very unsafe. I was up on the boardwalk, far away from the water, but it just felt very unsafe there. And I drove all the way down the Outer Banks to, no, I can't remember what it's called, Cape Hatteras. I went through the Cape Hatteras on Lee, no, Pea, Pea Island was a bird sanctuary or some kind of a wildlife refuge. And I stopped and I focused in on the ducks. There was some ducks in the water, and there were trumpeter swans. It was very nice to see all that. But it was a long, long way. I think it was 69 miles down to Cape Hatteras from, well, maybe no, that was from a different place. That was from another ferry that went out to an island. Anyway, so I decided not to go all the way to the bottom and be told that the ferry wasn't going anyway. So I came back, and it was getting dark, and it had been raining off and on, and I would go through these huge puddles on the side of the road, and it would clean off the inside of the wheel area, the roof over the wheel roof. Clean the wheel roofs, like hooves. Anyway, and then it got dark, and it was such a straight road, and there was nothing. It was just these little tiny trees. Um, was very protected nature area, but it was dark now. And then, so anyway, I drove back to the, but all I could think about was how long it was and how tired I was. And so I made arrangements with my friend who's down there in Jacksonville, North Carolina, I think. and I I couldn't get there though tonight, and so I stopped. Well, I took a shortcut. I went across to Roanoke Island, and I never saw the island at all. But I did see they had an alligator river, and I didn't even stop and see the alligators. And then it said, "Beware of bears. Watch for bears." And I thought, "What? Watch for bears? I can't just hurry through here. I have to stop and watch for bears." But I didn't see any, and I wanted to go lie down and just be done with being in the car. It was raining so hard, and the roads are slanted, but it was always the slow traffic lane that had puddles in it, and I couldn't see the puddles until I was going through them, and so they would kind of grab the car a bit. But there was no snow, no ice, nothing like that. It was raining hard. No, finally I stopped. Well, I finally got to Plymouth, and I found a place that had Wi-Fi, and I stopped, and I got a McDonald's. Hey, I forgot to eat it. I haven't eaten it yet. I've got this massage thing behind me here. Anyway, so that's what happened today. It was a very productive day, don't you think? Okay, goodbye. See you later. I'll update you later.